Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Once again, it's time for Papa's comic books and coffee. All right, let's see who's decided to drop in and pay us a visit today. Well, will you look at that? Luke Cage, Marvel Comics Group Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. Number 4, 20 cents back in 1972. That says 25 cents on that thing, but that's not right because it's 20 cents back in 1972. This is The Phantom of 42nd Street. This is by Archie Goodwin and Billy Graham. Not that Billy Graham, but a Billy Graham. Now, if you're interested in this and any other book I have, they are available on my eBay webpage, papas-comic-books. Let me clear my throat and let's get into it. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, Cry Fear, Cry Phantom. 3 a.m. outside the seemingly nonstop circus that is Times Square area has finally begun to run down. Inside in his living office above 42nd Street's Gem Theater, Luke Cage has been asleep for nearly 15 minutes. Until the sounds not normal tonight, the surroundings, a soft football, the faintest creak of an opening door, and Luke Cage sleeps no more. Don't know who you are, baby, but you picked the wrong pad to rip off. Put in a hard day nailing down rent money, and I ain't about to let some junkie. Sweet sister, am I seeing what I'm seeing? And more of Cage's senses than sight are about to be tested, for the supernatural swiftness of the strange intruder seems to fly at him. Don't know who made it Halloween, Joker, but that little trick is getting you this for a treat. Huh, there's no body, just empty cloth. The ghostly shape hurtles past the stunned Cage into darkness, but greater horror remains. Disembodied hands that grip with wiry strength that squeeze and mean to strangle, and fail only because a biochemical experiment gone wild has made the flesh they hold like iron. See issue number 1. Can't be human. Not in that and do that. Not with that I weigh since turning into a steel hide and super type. This can't be happening. But it is happening. Excuse me, and happening hard. No follow-up. Must have figured between the choking and the chucking around and I was done. Well, Ghost Goblin, whatever you are, don't get too wrapped up in what you're doing there, because you and Luke Cage have just begun a tangle. And we're going to start by seeing what's under this Klan reject you've using it for a costume. But further words die cast in Cage's throat as he fingers claws into foe's cowl and reveal a sight to stun anyone into immobility. Cage, is that you? Crashing around in there? Come on, man, open up. It's DW, Cage. I need you. Something weird happened in the movie. You gotta help. Hey, man, you don't believe what I just went down. I mean, it was scary. Smacking the last reel of the left-handed gun. Oh, wow, looks like you had your troubles of your own. Yeah, well, maybe a little slow getting to the door. All right, I'm working on convincing myself it was a nightmare. 'Cause if it wasn't, Mr. Griffith, your Uncle Max has got a ghost in his movie palace. Uh-oh. Was your bear dream about 8 feet tall and sporting a sort of glow-in-the-dark moondog outfit? Oh, yeah. He was downstairs first. Luke leaped out of the wings like Claude Rains during the Phantom of the Opera. Number smashed right through the screen. Lost some of the unpetrifying my motor nerves, but I still hustled up here fast. How did this character beat me? And where'd he go? You didn't meet him on the stairs. Check out those fire escape windows while I slip in on my work togs. They're locked. Along with his other stunts, makes a strong case for a ghost, except he had mighty lifelike way a punch, and for real interest in that wall opposite the door. Yeah, funny, took an old picture down from there when he decided to rent the place. Hey, Cage, you decide to change your costume or something? Last regular shirt got shredded on a case today. Maybe I'm super, but that yellow silk sure isn't. Got a new batch on order. A lot of expenses in the Hero for Hire business, DW, and here I am working for free. Downstairs in the movie theater, everyone has a fled seekings after celluloid thrills. I'm prepared to face the intrusion of something more immediate, more real, and no less fantastic. Maybe that picture I was talking about is still around. Wonder if Uncle Max, oh wow, Uncle Max got so shocked I never phoned him about this, or the cops. Do it, DW, while I see if the Phantom left some trace down there. But Case's prowl through the backstage area reveals nothing you wouldn't expect to find in any theater on 42nd Street, like occasional rat. Guess these places have really gone down from big parties, big 30 stage plays, to double bill westerns for the booze and snooze crowd. Sad, but it don't tell you why this joint's suddenly haunted, or how that big hunk of goblin got from back here to my office without using the stair or the fire escape. Well, he's long gone now. I'll try the street. Some of the locals must have been here, may have caught something, DW. Didn't. Yeah, they caught something, all right. Fear, and it spread. You could declare this block an official desert. Even the usual crowd of drifters and pool hustlers that hang out in front of the Hobart's Penny Arcade and Miracle Museum have split. Man, it's eerie seeing the street the way, not a soul, not a living. Here's a street, a stink, beware, avenging spirit, doom. Uh-oh. A strange voice, and before it stops, Cage is reacting. One man might freeze, another might jump. Hang around Times Square long enough, and you see everything, huh, guys? Cage moves, whirling swiftly, violently. Baby, this ain't the night to come hopping out of the shadows at me. If it is a habit of yours, it's about to be broken. Thanks, guy. Phil Fox is strictly good people. If you don't read my column in the Bugle, you must have caught my local TV show. That burning in your eyes ain't like the light of recognition, huh? And cut to Agnew's Pie, not interested in sporting life. The Broadway beat ain't what it was, guy. The glitter, the glamour, kaput. Look at this street, a cesspool. But you, Cage, you're new. You're now, and this Hero for Hire shtick can wow the great unwashed. I want to tell them about you, where you're from, how you got your powers. You'll be a household word. Cage moves away quickly, for this brash little man is in danger. He can stir up a past Luke Cage's hidden past. Looking for me, DW? I'm all finished out here. You don't know what you're turning your back on, guy. Phil Fox is going to do great things for you, whether you like it or not. As Cage follows his friend, the columnist's words echo in his mind, churn up memories. In prison for the crime he didn't commit, a fiancé's death, burned to be avenged and escaped. Then the present intrudes. Uncle Max said other theaters on the block had visits from the Phantom, Luke. But what I really wanted to show you was this. I found that portrait that you used to hang in your place. And it's him, DW, the cat whose face I saw under the ghost hood. Look, all kind of charred, burned. But it was this dude, I swear. Cage, you wouldn't be putting me on. This is Adrian Loring. Sort of the last of the Ziegfeld types. Owned most of the theaters on 42nd before the movies took over. A silence settles in the Gem Theater's cramped office. Including this place. He used the same offices you have, only the building was gutted by fire in the late 40s, Cage, and Adrian Loring was killed in the flames. And continues to weigh oppressively on Luke Cage when at last he returns to his own quarters. Daylight out now, might as well stay up. Maybe I can figure some reason for a dead man to be raising ruckus all over the block. And, now what? Then Cage sees who is waiting. Hey, Dr. Temple, I presume. Kind of early for a house call. And your hours are always late, Luke. Thought if I stopped by on my way to work, our schedules might collide. Walk me. There's something I have to tell you. We can have coffee at the clinic. And on the way to the storefront medical, so this Phil Fox dude heard about my helping you out and keeps coming around, pumping for some juicy facts. What's your partner, Dr. Bernstein, say? He gives him the cold shoulder, like I do. You don't think he'd cooperate with some professional gossip and scandalous monger? The answer is no, but colored with a tinge of doubt, for Dr. Bernstein, conductor of the experiment that made Cage what he is, also shares Cage's secret, shares in guilty reluctancy. No, good Lord. Yet, if this complicates Cage's life, entry into the clinic reveals Dr. Bernstein has troubles of his own. Whoa, Doc. Claire tells me the clinic's already got more cases than it can handle. Cage, a patient's gone berserk. He picked me up and then as Cage's gaze goes to the Bernstein's office door, she out. If that's a patient, I'd hate to see one of the healthy ones. Be cool, brother. Doc, something rubs me. Wrong way, too, but it usually work out by rapping instead of tossing him around. Luke, he's not listening. Look out, that instrument cabinet weighs over 200 pounds. Muscle man, I warn you. Fresh. Baby, I ain't never been long on understanding, and I ain't had for you just ran out. Time got a little grief. But as the two big men move at each other with deadly intent, another figure emerges from the Bernstein office. Jacques says, Le médecin levant passe la doutonne des nouvelles du voix. I don't know what I just said. My apologies for Jacques. He understands no English in the native Haiti. He was once done serious harm by an incompetent doctor ever since he has mistrusted all medical men. Fixing Jacques' sprained hand, Dr. Bernstein accidentally tightened the bandages too much. This sent Jacques rampaging. No matter, we will not trouble you further. Quite a pair, especially the big fellow, seemed supernatural when the ghost thing threw me around the last night, but after seeing that this Jacques dude heaved that cabinet, hey, bouncing a fist off my steely skin would cause at least a sprain. And old Jacques sporting his bandage on the same hand our 42nd Street belted me with. Uh-oh. Doc, those cats leave any information about themselves, you know, names, where they're staying. Here's Jacques and Armand, the little man, claimed they never use last names, employed by a strongman, an acrobat, and an unlikely place called Hobart's Miracle Museum. Right across the street from the gem, the muscle man could just turn out to be, no, he's big, but still about 2 feet short than a ghost. Excuse me. Cage, telephone. Someone called D.W. Griffith, like the silent movie director, says it's urgent. And that conversation sends Cage rushing from the clinic. Later, people, business. Cage, wait, I have to talk to you. There's a problem about the clinic. He didn't hear. Does he ever, when business calls? I'd given up trying to arrange dinner together for us, but having coffee with the man didn't seem impossible. Here, Noah, if you don't mind toasting in an instant maxim to another wrong diagnosis. So the morning begins for Doctors Temple and Bernstein, and for David, D.W. Griffith, it continues not much better. Up. No one nods at Jasper Brunt's time. Your Uncle Max sent you to discuss means of combating a mutual problem, not to doze. Well, oh, Mr. Brunt, I've been awake all night. Man, when you got to jarring about the old days and your partnership with Adrian Loring, yes, no doubt my success story would bore some hippie, but after Adrian's death, I took his sinking theaters and turned them into a successful movie chain. Until this phantom began rampaging, frightening away customers. Well, the cops aren't getting anywhere. I think Cage is our best bet. Your superhero friend who operates on the profit motive, I was interested, but we've waited an hour. No one makes Jasper Brunt do that. And Cage doesn't jump for anybody, Mr. Brunt. But if he's late, there's a good reason, D.W. Well, what, you dare delay me? Couldn't show up for an important job out of uniform? Stopped by the costume shop and picked up new shirts? Oh, some faux pas costume nonsense. No, darling, I just did it. 'Cause some other things helped me up too, like your private elevator operator suggesting I maybe wanted the freight elevator instead. So I had to waste time banging on the freight's controls to show I was broken. Just like this Cain is, from being shaken too much in the wrong wrong face, baby. Let's go, DW. Big man like him don't need us. You're walking out just like that? At least talk. Perhaps I've been hasty. Perhaps. Wait, please. I do need you, Cage. You'll believe what the police won't because you've seen what I have. You've seen the face of the Phantom. It came to me when I was checking one of my theaters revealed itself. That thing is my former partner. That scorched countenance was Adrian Loring. And it spoke, promised first to ruin me, then destroy me. So as the dark hours beyond midnight overtake 42nd Street, as crowds of sightseers and those who prey upon them gradually thin, Cage begins a patrol in the employ of Jasper Brunt. Gomorrah, all about me is Gomorrah, but I shall see it smited and consumed. This is a street of sin. Beware of the avenging spirit shall bring in doom. He was out last night, appearing right after the Phantom vanished. Could all the hair be hiding something worse? According to me, checking out Adrian Loring, his body was never found in that fire. Man survives something like that, it could affect his mind. Shoot, it couldn't make him 8 feet tall like the Phantom. Hi, guy, on the job, frightened 42nd, I see. But there's a column in it for me. Did a buffalo one on you today. See it? I quit buying the Bugle after meeting you, Fox. You want to boost sales? Write about Henry Kissinger. I don't need your publicity or your dog in my steps. Free country, guy. Don't blame me if we happen to be going in the same direction. Okay, Joker, and don't blame me if I change that direction. And with the speed that believes the iron-like destiny of his body, Cage ascends the fire escape to the theater's roof. There, no more hassle, and I've been wanting to check these rooftops anyway. They all connect. Could be a way the Phantom's getting from place to place so fast. At least it gives an overall view of things. Can see most of the street, my office, next door, at the gym, and my office. Something moved inside there, something white and glowing. Even as the words are shouted at Cage as he actually leaping to the adjoining roof, then down his office window, and the Phantom, big and scary as ever, in a crashing the place. No more spooks starting now. Only thing to get busted around here is gonna be me or you. Cage plunges through the open window, the office darkness, and as his towering specter of foes to meet his attack, suddenly, unexpectedly turning ghastly raiment into weapon. A weapon that envelops, and costs Cage precious moments to rip free. And in that time, the bodiless, motherless hunk a ghost is making for my office closet. Empty, but that can't be. Not unless that thing really is something supernatural. Bull, I ain't buying it. Not this late in life. There's got to be an answer. How could just disappear from this cruddy little box? But what? An act of frustration becomes one of enlightenment. What stairs? What? That piece of wall I told must have been some kind of sliding panel door. Taking a flashlight from his desk, Cage descends into the musty darkness, his path punctuated by broken trailing cobwebs and the occasional skitter and scurry of fleeing rodents, until another panel looks out on the gem's backstage, solves how Phantom got from one place to the other. According to the research DW did for me and Loring, dude, he liked to secretly check how everything was going in his theaters. This must be how he did it. Probably a system like this in all the Brunt's places. And the stairs led further downward to the theater basement, and a tunnel must have been built in the old days so they could get in and repair electrical lines running from the building to building. Cat knowing about these things could probably go anywhere on the block. And Cage moves into the cable line conduit relentlessly, pushing forward. Yeah, this baby's long, but looks like the end of the line ahead. Huh? This is the Miracle Museum underneath the Penny Arcade. I've come clear across the street. Places like a Carney sideshow. And there's a poster for those jokers I met at the clinic, Jacques and Armand. Man, you're onto something. All you got to do is figure out, figure out what? Figure out. The words are lost in the sudden burst of footsteps that brings Cage whirling around. My man! And you had a spare outfit stashed someplace. Glad you're in the keeping of the appearances spooky. Because those glow-in-the-dark threads make this hide-and-seek game a lot easier for me. Here I come, gruesome, ready or not. But Cage's phantom quarry is ready with a juggernaut of heavy machinery and godly painted glass. He's thrown at him. A juggernaut. There is no time to dodge or sidestep, only to meet head on. And Cage doesn't stop out of the explosion of metal and glass up the remaining steps. He charges and dives. Dude, no more running. We played games 2 nights in a row. Now I'm done with that. This is where it all comes down. And it comes down hard. The answer lies beneath a mask of black cloth, black as the surrounding darkness. Jacques dressed like this. He'd be near invisible in the dark room. Mother of, it's getting away again. But if that's the freaking phantom, what have I got under me? No wonder the phantom was big. There were 2 of them under that outfit. And if one's the strong man, here then, the other is the partner, Armand the acrobat. Did you think my size would make me flee? Not while surprise is still mine. Surprise and enough understanding of the weight and balance movement to send you crashing into those hot wires left broken and exposed by your knocking over so much equipment. The metal in your costume will do the rest. And suddenly, Cage is caught in a grip terrible and paralyzing as a volt after volt of electrical current lashes his body unchecked. An ordinary man would be dead, but you're not ordinary, are you? Yet, how long can you even last? The switch controls the arcade's electricity. I can turn it off, save you. But you've got to give me what I want. That portrait from your office is where it is. I must have it. I don't want to kill, but you've already ruined many of my plans, injured my friend Jacques, so he can help me. Tell me or die. For a time there is only the crackle of current, then writhing with pain. Cage speaks thoroughly through gritted teeth. No way. Then I'll have to settle for half a revenge, and you for a life expectancy measured in seconds rather than peace and Cage. A small man's footsteps fade into the darkness, leaving Cage alone with the jolting force that is killing him. Much more, and I'm a fried meat. Got to forget the hurting and can concentrate on moving my fist and moving it hard. Almost nerve-numbing current searing an entire body. One arm trembles, strains, and finally strikes. Could blow out the electrical system, could blow up me. If it ends this agony, I don't much care which. And when the smoke clears, you're standing, baby. So you must be living. As soon as you get the fire eaters and the ambulance for that cat, Jacques, you're seeing DW about the portrait. It's time for some answers, and it seems to have them. Mostly I want to know about the little dude. Can't believe he's Adrian Loring, but who else would have that face? A short time later in Times Square, a clock tolls the hour. A clock in the building holding the penthouse offices of Jasper Brunt. There, I should have worked so late. But I should be safe enough. No one can reach me except for the private elevator and the window, Brunt. Good Lord, I'm the one who heritage stole your father's murdered. Remember embezzling from your partner, Brunt? And what you did when he confronted you about it? You killed him. Then you burned a theater where it happened. And no one suspected, no one but me, Armand Loring, Adrian's son. Brunt, I ran away as a boy, ashamed of being what I am. Most people forgot Loring had a child, but he never gave up trying to find me. And he did in Haiti, in prison. Over the years, I used my size and my acquired skill as an acrobat to make it as a thief. He told me his suspicions about you and the hiding place and the evidence he was gathering. But before I was released, before he was ready for the law, you struck. And I've dedicated my life to making you pay for that brunt, pay dearly and horribly. There's no need for that. Stay back. I'll make it up to you somehow, some way. Anyway, never, I'd hope eventually to frighten you to death, even enlisted a friend from the Haitian prison to make my father's ghost believable. But now without him, I'll settle for this, taking you on alone to death. You'll settle for a bullet, you grotesque, bumbling little freak. Nothing settled, Javalmolf, except for your hero, for hire. Services are canceled. Cage, what? Been looking at a portrait of your late partner, Brunt. Seems it was treated against fire. And between the canvas and the firearms, backing papers were hidden. Some prove Armand's right to his father's share, and the theaters must make Loring's death awful suspicious. Suspicious won't convict me of murder, Cage, and after this, Long, what else is left? Only the mad accusations of that freak behind you? True, Jasper Brunt, that's why I wanted to kill you myself. What good's the business of proprieties if you still survive? If it's a choice between my inheritance and revenge for my father's death, I choose revenge. You spent most of your life separated from your father, Armand Loring. Then Brunt cheated you, or even getting together again. Guess I understand what you've done, little man, but it sure seems there should be a better way. From the distance, the sound of the police siren grows steadily louder and still echoes in Cage's mind when at last he returns to his office and another sound intrudes. This is the street of sin. Beware of avenging spirits shall be doomed. The big doom, huh? Maybe someday it'll come, brother. Till then, looks like every day ones are going to keep me in business long time. And that is that. That was Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. Sure hope you enjoyed that book. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like, okay? Remember, this book and many others are available on my eBay webpage, Papa's-Comic-Books. And as I always say...
That was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.